Welcome, everybody, to another episode of the Orange Men Podcast. Dave and Clint here with you on another Saturday night.
What's up?
Come. Live, deep from the bunker in
Live
Pennsylvania.
and in person.
Live and deep.
It's Saturday Night Orange Men.
And speaking of Saturday Night Orange Men, we got some great clips from Davos.
Yay. I mean,
Yeah, we got some Stelzer clips. Is he a homosexual?
He's a fellow.
What's that mean?
It means I think he means he's like a teacher at Harvard. Or
Oh, is that what that means?
I'm a fellow. I'm also a fellow.
I'm a fellow at Harvard.
I'm sure there's plenty of
CNN.
I'm sure there's plenty of other fellows.
I guess he's not too upset. He's not at CNN.
I'm just glad he has his pants on the stage. You know, he's so used to sitting at his desk with the green screen, just wearing his shirt, tie, and jacket.
We're going to play a little clip of Stelzer. You ready?
Yes.
How are you?
That was February.
Ryan, I think they're ready for
It was my last trip.
That's our cue, I believe. We're getting counted down.
Ryan.
Thank you. The clear and present danger of disinformation is our conversation here this afternoon. It follows a session just now about disrupting distrust, and of course those are connected, so I hope that's where we can start. I'm Brian Stelter, formerly of CNN, now a fellow at Harvard University. Let me briefly introduce our panelists, and since we're being live streamed, a reminder that the hashtag is WEF23. We can try to put some real information out into the world to make up for all the crazy.
Real information. I'm going to try to put some real information out there.
This guy's been promoting non-information as fact for what, 6+ years now? Till he ended up losing his show. What was it called?
Since
Unreliable
2016.
Sources?
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, he was on before that because at some point
He was just a scapegoat for CNN. I mean, they put him up to all that shit. I mean,
No, I know,
it's not
but
like they didn't know they were lying.
It's interesting the speak that Chris Cuomo has now on his show.
I haven't heard it. What's that sound like?
Well, no, I don't listen to it, but like his initial, like, I think when he got interviewed, when he started this new show, he was like, he was just doing what he was told. He was paid to say what he was saying, and the whole basement thing when he was coming out of his basement and the COVID thing was just that. Listen,
Well, we already knew that, but he admitted it?
He admitted it because that's yes.
You got to give me that.
I think
that's gold.
News Nation is what he's on now. It's like Cuomo and News Nation. But that's what he said. He was just being paid to tell the story. I was just thinking earlier how like soundproof it is now. Like before it'd be like they would be in the kitchen just talking shit.
Yeah, now they're yelling down
Now
the
they have to
bunker
open
doors.
open the door to yell down.
Open the bill code doors.
Right. Yeah, so he basically was saying like, he was, the whole Don Lemon and them crying and, back and forth on the crossovers. It's the same thing with Don Lemon. Like he lost his because once everybody stopped watching, nobody cared anymore. Like once you lost and again, it was the product of Trump. Everybody hated. They were telling so much nonsense about Trump, like he just said, misinformation and disinformation. Like the shit we've been talking about for the last, since we started our podcast. I mean, a lot of it's true, and it's been backed up since then.
Yeah, I mean, we've been the conspiracy theorists who've been telling the truth the whole time.
Well, no, we're the ones that are told, well, you're telling disinformation.
I know.
It's misinformation and nonsense. And yet, listen, they don't delete nonsense, as we've said before. And, it's frustrating because it is hard when you're putting information out there, which is no different than them because they're getting their opinions handed to them. Like, here, read this.
By their bosses. They're just getting paid more than us.
Exactly. Here's what you're reading tonight. Play it up, act it out, and maybe shed a tear or two. And it's the same thing with Rachel Maddow and her whole Trump, Russian collusion, Russia. Like, they all played that for 3.5 years. And then once it was like, oh, Hillary paid for the dossier. And again, that's all shit that that's another thing. The FBI already knew that early, but yet they sat on it because they have to. Because they're being told to.
Yeah.
And it is like we were saying about, like I was saying about Trump, like with Fauci and Birx, and like some of these people were putting in his hemisphere because he didn't know any better. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like he didn't know. He knows now. Like, these people are a bunch of snakes.
Yeah.
More so, like you said, it's deeper than what he originally thought.
Yeah,
Like,
I think he didn't realize how deep it was.
Like, Fauci's been in place for 40, 50 some years, and it's like, oh, I'm going to, all right, I'll take your advice, and I'll take it under advisement. And he's like, wait, what do you want? That seems wild. Why would we do that? Why would we shut down the country? Why would we shut down the schools? And again, when he said, this is the best thing, like, the lockdowns were brought to you by Trump, sure. But he also said by Easter, we should be open back up and ready to go.
And then everybody ridiculed him.
Everybody's like, oh, it's too soon.
I remember I was getting off a cruise ship when this whole thing broke out in March of 2020, I think it was. And we couldn't get right off the cruise ship because I don't know what they were doing to the people on the way out, but they were doing some kind of testing or something, temperatures, I don't know. Like, it mattered if you're getting off the ship anyway.
Right.
And then they were like, my sister had her phone out and she was reading the news and, the schools are closing and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, something ain't right here. I wasn't for a second concerned.
No.
Not for a second. And I'm watching everybody around me freak out. Like,
right.
I'm like, what the fuck's wrong with you people? They just chose to be scared and looking for people to save them. I'm like, there's nothing going on. There's nothing wrong. You're going to be fine.
Yeah.
But no, they were just freaking the fuck out. And then the news media and the government and everybody was just making it worse and worse and worse. When Trump tried to settle it early on, and they went after him for doing that. Oh, he doesn't care. He wants to kill people. Blah.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly it, man. Like, you look back and here it is 2023 and they're still boosting the jabs, and they're still trying to tell you that Plovaxid is the precursor to better health, and take it now. Take it before, because you don't want to end up on your deathbed. And it's like, yeah, I'm not doing any of that. I'm not going to do that now. I'm not going to fall for it again. Listen, I played the 2 weeks to slow the spread game, and I was like, yeah, this doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? I'm not wearing a mask. I'm not doing your bullshit anymore. And yet here we are. You know what I mean? We went through, Biden's winter of death 2 years ago. Yeah. That's what I mean. It's 2021. He said that. Prepare to die. You know what I mean? We went through
pandemic of the unvaccinated. And listen, if they really concerned about the unvaccinated, listen, they weren't trying to save anybody. That's my point.
No.
The point was the people who were
scared,
not getting vaccinated were going to be fine.
Yeah,
and they couldn't allow that to be seen.
But they were scaring. They were trying to scare the last people that may have been on the fence. Like, well, if you don't get it now, you're going to die. You're going to winter of death.
Even that thing you sent me where now they're blaming the vaccinated for not being more vocal.
What I was supposed to,
It's like,
why didn't you tell us?
Why didn't you tell us?
Well, somebody said that was satire, but if you look at the date, it was like supposed to be released in June of 2023. Like, so it's an ad that they're releasing in a couple of months after. I mean, if it's true, it's crazy, and it wouldn't surprise me. But like, I mean, we were just upstairs earlier, and you just saw that video with Pink and what's his name, the swimmer, Michael Phelps.
Yeah, you
know what I mean, like. They're passing around
passing around the COVID ball.
What
the fuck?
Yeah, the guy from the Roots is the other guy in there, and they're passing around like, oh, I have diabetes, I'm a heavyweight, and I have asthma, and you know what I mean, like,
and I'm fat.
You're just making shit up now to cover your asses, and it's It is crazy.
It's hard to watch. It's frustrating. It's really frustrating. And to me, it makes me sad and then really, really angry, and I got to try to control my anger because I don't want to freak out. But it bothers me what they're doing.
Yeah.
To try to get people to line up to roll up their sleeve for that death dart. It's despicable.
I even
what's
think
happening.
like some of the people are starting to wake up because, I mean, the people that have taken it, because they're going, something doesn't seem right with all these heart attacks and the died suddenlies and stuff like that. And I mean, it's like every day where you're seeing, like, I know the Gateway Pundit does it. I mean, they run articles all the time where it's like 15-year-old, 27, like two ex-NFL players just this week passed away of heart problems.
Well, do you know there's people on YouTube who are who are debunking all that, I mean, it's all bullshit, it's all lies.
Yeah.
But they're debunking it in their lying fashion.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what, saying it's common?
That it's not happening.
Oh, that's not
This
happening.
is all a big smoke screen.
So those people aren't actually.
No. It's all fake.
Well, that's the misinformation.
Right, but
Which is going along with what Stelter said.
But they're allowed to be on.
No, I get it. Yeah, they're allowed to preach their side because they're keeping the narrative.
And
up.
it's all opinion and speculation. It's not even true, and it's factually not true. And I can.
But even with like the whole the heart attacks and the died suddenlies and stuff like that, like people aren't even real like, oh, I hope that, like, you don't even know, like, the blood clots, you're having rapid cancer prognoses, like, and I know we talked about a couple months ago, was like, listen, if you're not feeling good, go get checked out, get your blood done. I mean, if you're feeling a little irregular and you've had these things, I would look into it because it's rapid. It's like
you got more mass shootings now.
Yeah.
You got cops beating up people for no reason.
Right.
Does this have anything to do with any of it?
Who even knows, man? I know suicides are up too. You know
remember
what I mean?
early on when I was talking about, I mean, you were making fun of me, but I was talking about the street lights, the 5G.
Oh, yeah.
And then when they start getting the dart, that they would turn on the
there's
5G
people,
people would do shit they wouldn't normally do.
There's
Remember
people.
that?
Yeah,
Remember we talked about that?
Well,
I could dig those old ones up.
No, I remember.
But
I wasn't making fun of you. I believe it.
I know, but I mean, you know what I mean.
You could turn that mechanism on if you really wanted to, probably.
Yeah. I mean, that's American Ultra, right?
MK Ultra.
MK Ultra, that's what that is. And there's evidence of that in old classified documents that were declassified, that's what the government was doing to people. Those kind of
Well, that's what they said
experiments.
was going on with Manson and stuff. The Unabomber was MK Ultra'd, and that's why he was going crazy, going after the people that kind of set him up. Listen, I know you know the Jason Bourne thing. You know what I mean? Like those movies is like you don't
based on
you
something.
Don't. Yeah, there's a
Ain't
reason
some
why
guy just making that shit up.
There's a reason why the CIA has a office at Hollywood's film sets. You know what I mean? Like Hollywood film. Whatever.
Right.
Stage studios.
Right. So you look at all these movies that were made, and you got E.T. Is that really just made up? Well, I don't know. Maybe there is extraterrestrials. Probably.
That's just trying to get
They're
home.
not talking about us. But are the extraterrestrials, are they infiltrated us? Are they the ones who are trying to save us? Or are they the ones that are trying to control us with this?
Lizard people?
Yeah, what is it?
I don't know.
Or is there two sides to them? Is there good ETs and bad ETs?
I think the Palladiums. I think those are the good
man.
guys.
It's crazy out there.
Right.
It's crazy. But I'll tell you right now.
What's up?
If we don't fix the border and we don't get this fuel problem figured out, because all you dumbasses who think we can live on solar power, you're a dumbass. It can't happen. Wind isn't going to do it. You can create electricity. Electricity will work your motor, but you can't build a motor without fossil fuels.
Yeah, I think I sent that to you.
So,
right?
yeah,
the guy,
it's
it was a
just-
perfect
it's genius.
example.
Yeah,
like
it's genius.
We've talked about it, but not kind of the way the guy broke it down. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, you could plug your solar power could power your light, But how are you building your light?
Electricity can't build your light for you.
You know, wind power could power your, maybe power your home, but how are you building your home? Like,
Right.
you can't just, you know what I mean? Like, I seen a good, you talked about it too. Like, it's a commercial now. It's like, oils and whatever. And it's the guy like touches like, that's oil. Like the shit would just disappear. The guy went to go grease his hair and is like, no, it's oil. Like, you know what I mean? Like the chick's like blow drying her, whatever, hairspray. It's like blow drying her hair. And it's like the hair dryer disappears because that's plastic. It's oil. Like everything you use in everyday life
is a product of oil.
Like you said, like how do you make the Tesla without using
oil? Right.
Refined gasoline or diesel power.
What are you going to make the tires out of?
To get said products to even put the battery or the frame or the steel or like we talked about it before. Like you got these big ass wind turbines. That's great. How do you make the turbine? You can't.
Oil. What keeps the turbine lubricated? Oil. Those things don't even last that long. How do you dispose of them?
I know. It's
oil.
Just, people don't get it. Like that's why. Like I know the thing is to go net zero, but you can't.
I love that one video with Ted Nugent talking about veganism.
Yeah.
He's like, "Do you ever see that one?"
I think I have.
It's like, "You vegans, I use one arrow, I kill one animal, and I feed my family.
Yeah.
For you to produce an acre of soy, you got to kill every rodent, every squirrel, every bug, every shrew.
You're being vegan.
Every mole.
Yeah, you're being vegan because you don't want to kill animals, but you're killing every animal just to be vegan. Like
and after we're done killing all the animals, we spray it with DDT and kill every insect. Right. It's brutal.
Gotta have Monsanto
come in. Right, that's exactly right. All right. We're done.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
It's good to see you. Welcome back, Clint.
Yeah,
it's great to hang out with you. We'll make sure we get together soon.
Make sure you follow, like, and share. Watch us on the Patriot Podcast Network.
Yeah, please do.
First Warrior Outlawed 10 at the checkout.
Click those links. Click those links.
TCS Sanders, T20 Sanders at checkout. Yeah. And My Patriot Cigar Company, Orange Man at the checkout. 15% off. And that helps us help you get this information that Brian Stelter doesn't want you to hear.
Yeah.
Because we are.
It's called the truth.
Information, disinformation, truth tellers.
Yeah, that's all we do. That's all we know how to do. The truth. The truth will set you free.
Listen, information's out there. You just got to want to find it. Thanks, everybody.
All right, everybody. Orange Man out.
So long, gay boys.